Hello, this is Alexis May for AI Med, and today I'm delighted to be joined by a special guest, John Fox. John, welcome. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hi, Alexis. Thanks very much for the invitation.
Thank you. Now, John, I know you've been especially busy during the last few months of lockdown working on a particular project. Can you give us a little bit of an overview of what it is you've been doing, please?
Thanks. Yeah. Well, I'm an AI scientist who works in medicine and worked for many years at Cancer Research UK, developing applications and technology for supporting clinical practice. And one of the projects we've had is something called Open Clinical, which is a new kind of publishing, which using AI and knowledge engineering techniques to support decision making and workflow management and so on, but particularly to share expertise and to support dissemination of new knowledge. So when the COVID crisis began, that seemed to us a kind of wonderful opportunity to kind of show what Open Clinical can do in terms of rapidly building services to support things like triage, diagnosis, prediction of complications, but in a way that is, I think, rather distinctive in that we're trying to support the whole patient journey from in our slogan, from home to hospital to home, and to provide tools, practical tools for delivering better and safer care.
Okay, that sounds fascinating, John. Could you, I'd be really interested if you could expand on that slogan and also, maybe get into a little bit of the detail of, exactly how you're going about that, because I think it represents a largely unmet need in this kind of space.
Well, it's an unmet need generically in healthcare and many other areas of human expertise. We know historically that the quality and consistency of care is very variable. I worked in cancer for most of my career, and it's well known something called the postcode lottery, and that the dissemination of best practice is a very slow process. People are fantastically creative, they have many abilities, but particularly when they're under time pressure, they make mistakes. They often don't know key pieces of information or even new knowledge, new research. And so what we've been doing is to develop a platform which allows us to capture models of best practice in a form that a computer can then use to give advice about individual patients. The home to hospital to home slogan is deliberately because we don't want to think of care as a kind of snapshot, just as because the history and indeed the future of a patient is it's a timeline, it's a narrative, and there are lots of different points with different people with different responsibilities who not only need to make good decisions, but they also need to communicate with each other, and there's lots of opportunities for mistakes. So the Pathfinder project it's called Pathfinder because we're trying to map the whole path, the whole route from home to hospital to home, and to support everybody, not only in their immediate needs, but also in working as a team.
And I understand you're going to be publishing a paper on this imminently. Do you remind me where and when that's due for publication?
Yes, it's in a journal called Learning Health Systems. It's a US journal, which is particularly interested in the kind of concept that Open Clinical has been developing of not only publishing articles, scientific articles, but also to publish models of care, executable models of care. So alongside our paper, and in the paper, you can find a link which takes you to the Pathfinder, the first prototype, and run it yourself. And if you're a clinician, you can put your own cases in and see what it does. It's very early days. We wanted to publish this quickly, and the journal were very helpful. because we wanted to show the technique. But we've still got a long way to go in terms of delivering something into routine practice.
Sure. Well, I mean, I appreciate it's early days, John, and thank you so much for sharing this with us. You know, looking forward to the future, you know, where would you hope for this program to lead? What are the ultimate aspirations here?
Well, we're working with a little company that called Deontics that I spun out from Oxford University, and they're a very important route for us from our kind of demonstration work in the polyphony project into clinic, and there is a first care pathway up and running in Liverpool University Hospital, which is very exciting. But in the longer term, we see this as a demonstration of an exciting idea, which is that knowledge of best practice, not only in healthcare, but many other areas, will be mediated by artificial intelligence techniques. And we need to develop a model to support development of services across the whole of medicine. And I think that is technically achievable. In many areas, it's medically needed. And we're looking forward to, you know, the one side effect of this project on COVID as showing people the exciting possibilities.
Well, thank you, John. We'll certainly look forward to hearing more from you as you you know, go further with this this journey. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been wonderful to talk to you.
Thank you.
And thanks to everyone for watching. Please do remember to like, subscribe, share, and you can, of course, check out more AI Med talks at ai-med.io.